Okay, good. All right, now we could check how many people are in the room. So you just go right there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I guess I'll start. So the game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was first aired in 1999. And I remember watching it back when I was a little kid. I just thought how cool it would be to, be a millionaire. But those contestants have to at least go through the whole game show in order to win $1 million, so it's kind of a lot. And I just would like dreaming about all the types of stuff I like to buy with millions of dollars in my pocket. So today I'm going to tell you a story about one of my childhood stories. And hopefully you get some entertainment from my speech, and it'll make you reminisce from your childhood, and it'll maybe give you some insight of how I was when I was a kid. So today I'm going to talk to you about the context of the whole thing, my plan of how to get rich, the context before that, and at the very end I'll say how we almost got away with it. So the story starts at elementary school. So little me just got done watching some late night television, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire came on. And I just thought, wow, that'd be cool. No worries in life, you can buy anything you want. Nice cars, video games, a new house. But I was, young, dumb. I had no idea how much a dollar was worth. I honestly thought a $100 bill was a lot of money, which is, very different now. But I thought I was smart, and I thought I was onto something. And I had kind of like some plans going on, but I really didn't know how to do it without any help. So in order to execute my plan correctly, I decided to bring in some help. And I just consider myself the brains of the operation. I needed some muscle. I needed someone with charisma, someone with obviously muscle to help me carry through my plan. And who else but my cousin. I thought he was the perfect person to go through with it. And I also wouldn't mind sharing some money with him too. So I just sat him down one day and I'm like, hey, the girls around here, they're wearing jewels on their shirts and they don't know the value of them. If we could somehow get them and sell them to the other kids, instant money. And he was a little bit confused. So I explained to him further that these little gems are worth hundreds of dollars and they don't know what their worth is. So eventually he agreed, and I'm just going to pause her right here and say, the gems I'm talking about are those bedazzled plastic things on girls' shirts. So obviously they're worth nothing. But again, I was dumb and I probably got that from a book or something. And then he agreed to work with me. So during class we would go around asking girls for the little gems. And once we got them, we would sell them off to the other boys in class, telling them they're worth something. And we actually got money from it. And now we racked up a lot of money from that. And our dreams inside are going to become millionaires. But like all things don't go according to plan. So at our school we have this little machine where if you insert a quarter, it pops out a mechanical pencil, and a lot of them are pretty cool. So all of our money that we got from that went to that. So at the end of the day we just had like dozens of mechanical pencils and no money. And we knew that it wasn't a good idea and we're losing money quickly. But we did notice when we got them, kids were offering us more money for the mechanical pencils than the jewels. So we had to hatch another plan. So at this point, we had the pencils, and at this point we also knew that our teacher was kind of on us. She was looking at us kind of weird. So our last ditch effort to wash our hands clean of this was to hoard a bunch of gems and start to sell them all at once and find a buyer, sell them to him or whoever, get his money, buy a bunch of mechanical pencils with that money, and sell the mechanical pencils, and boom, repeat. And I remember I had enough to fill my tiny hands, and just that, we're done. Hands were clean. Now all we gotta do was find a buyer. And our school used to have these desks that could open and close, so I just shoved them in there and left them because I didn't want to, have them drop or anything and lose them. So I just kind of left it as that, and we just soon tried to find a buyer. And me and my cousin used to go to our house after school, so we got there, and there was my mom kind of waiting at the door, which is kind of weird. And she just looked at us and said, "Your teacher called us today." at that point, my heart just dropped. Time seemed to slow down. It was really weird because literally everything was paused. Should I throw up? Should I just run away? Should I start crying? All good options. But I just looked at my mom, dead in the eye, and said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean my teacher called you? And she's like, well, she was saying how you were talking to a bunch of the girls recently and you're being weird with the guys. So I was just seeing if something was up. I'm like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. My mom was playing checkers, I was playing chess. It was done. I'm about to get out of here, scot-free. So she turns around, probably annoyed, which I was counting on. And she turns right around and she has my supply in her hand. And she says, what's this? And I remember just looking at her and knew I was screwed because I got caught red-handed. And I thought playing dumb would work, but it obviously didn't. So right at the spot, filled with fear, I told her everything, expecting punishment for what I did, because obviously somehow I knew it was super bad. But instead she just laughed at me for a long time. And when my aunt came by to pick up my cousin, she laughed at us. And when my dad came home from work, he laughed at us, and everything just ended smoothly. And to sum it all up, me and my cousin got together to hatch a plan to become millionaires. We got gems from the girls, we sold it to the guys, and we threw away all our money on pencils, but we soon discovered that these pencils could be worth more than the gems. So we tried to get a huge supply of gems, use that money from the buyer, which we never found, to buy a bunch of mechanical pencils, use that and just repeat, but we soon got caught. I'm guessing from my teacher who snitched on us, and instead of getting punished, we just got laughed at. And I just want to say this is one of my most memorable childhood stories that I hold dear, and I just find it funny how dumb I was back then. It also makes me reminisce on my childhood and makes me think if I would ever change anything. And honestly, I wouldn't, because you're a kid, you could do dumb things, and I just like to have more memories like that. And it also makes me think, well, makes me start to do some things that would make my day eventful for me, or if not, at least for others. And I just want to thank my young self for, well, young dumb me, for helping dumb old me remember that, to make at least every day memorable.